Hi everybody, and Marco Fanton, welcome to my Soundbox studio. This is my first English video tutorial of AX-FX3. Sorry for my English. If you don't understand, please put your questions below the video and don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel. I wanted to share with you some suggestions, some tips regarding how to create a preset. Many of my customers who buy my presets know very well my philosophy, and I prefer to use a single preset for all live gig and changing all the scenes between clean sound, crunch, rhythm sound, lead sound, and so on. So let's start to create the preset. So we start from an empty preset, start to insert an input block here and an output block here. Connect together with a long shunt. And this is the direct sound of my guitar. So let's start to insert an amp block. Okay, the Auto Blue model is okay for me, is one of my favorite, and the cabinet block. Okay, let's check. Okay, it sounds not so good, but it sounds. So about the cabinet, I have my personal suggestion, my personal tip is to use the Valhalla cabinet. Let's to find the Valhalla cabinet, you can type VH on the search bar. You can see some factory cabinets already into the AX-FX3 factory configuration, and also you can see my user cab are fully of Valhalla impulse response. So I suggest you to select this one, the Citrus 71. It is an orange cab 4x12 with a Bear Dynamic 202 microphone. So let's select and check it. It sounds a little bit dark, and I suggest you to switch on the bright switch. And also to set up the level to 50, otherwise the general volume is too high. Well, can change the authenticity. We can increase the input drive, and I also suggest you to for this kind of amp to enable the input boost. Of course, if you want to have more gain, or you can also control the input boost with the external foot switch. We can see how to do this later on. And also suggest about the cab block to go in the preamp section and set the low cut to 110, 120 to avoid too much bass on the lower part of your sound. You have to take care about this parameter, because sometimes using the headphone you like to have the fat sound, but this is a problem when you go to the PA. Usually the sound engineering put a shelf filter to cut the bass frequency, and I suggest you to do it yourself before and setting up this parameter to 110, 120. It's a low cut. Okay. Okay, that's good. So let's continue to insert the reverb to give some ambient to your sounds. The reverb, I usually put it at the last block. I use the medium plate. That's good. 20% mix for me is too much. You have to think about the live gig, not the studio. The studio, the reverb, you have the headphones, so you raise up the reverb. During the live, reverb is dangerous because create a lot of confusion of your sound. So I suggest you to keep it maximum to 10%. I suggest you 9, 8, 9%, and you can raise up the time to 2 seconds. Okay, so as you can see, I am still in the scene number 1. Usually I call this scene lead. Okay, and also I want to give a name to my preset, MF test 1. Okay, save it. And for me, the difference between the crunch or rhythm channel to the lead channel is to have a boost after the cabinet, not before the amp, but after the cabinet. I put a volume block, set it up to 3 dB or 2.8 3 dB to create the difference level of the rhythm and lead sound. Let's check it. Save the lead. Go to scene number 2, and this is disabled. It's okay, and save it. So this is the rhythm channel, and this is the lead channel. So in this case, I have 2 scenes to select rhythm and lead, and I want to show you how I control by the FC12 foot controller these 2 scenes. Okay, I select the foot switch number 1 to recall the lead scene, in category scene, function select, okay, scene number 1. And on the foot switch 2, I call the scene number 2. Okay, in the same way. Perfect. So scene number 2 I call usually crunch. And I also explain how. Well, usually I also put a drive block before the amp block. Okay, to give some extra gain to the lead channel. I usually fast boost. I love it so much with the drive and the tone set in this way. Okay, of course you can set up your fast boost as you want. You can hear the difference. So I save this because I'm in the scene number 2. I go to the scene number 1 to enable it, and also so in the scene number 1 with the lead I have also both drive and boost after the cabinets. I change the scene via foot FC12. Okay, so I also put a delay block. Usually I prefer to have the same philosophy of the 80, the typical 80 rack system, where all the ambient effects like reverb, delay, chorus and so on was in parallel and are connected with a mixer. I am a fan of Steve Lukather, so I look into the Lukather gear to do this. So I put a delay block here. When you use the effects in parallel, you have to remember to put the mix to 100% in this way. So you create like something like a kill drive, and you use the level to tweak the delay, the amount of delay. Okay. This is the digital mono. I usually like to use the stereo tape, so is much more better. It's much a wide effect. Also for the ratio. Ratio is set up the ratio between the repeat left and the right. So you can increase much more to have more separation between the repeat. If you set up to 100%, you have like a mono delay. Okay, so I prefer to stay on 19%. Is okay. This is the delay for the lead sound. Okay, and it's okay when I go to the crunch, the rhythm sound, the rhythm machine, I want to switch off the delay. Okay. Okay, so let's go to create the third sheen. It is the clean one. For the clean, you can select a new channel for the amp block. Okay, I like the Shiver clean based on Bogner Shiva. Let's search the Shiver clean. Is here. Okay. So I let the delay switched on. I like to switch on the bright switch and also the input boost. On the clean sound, usually I like also to put a compressor to have a less dynamic on the sound. I use the pedal one, the pedal compressor one. Too much compression. Okay, I like it. So let's decrease a bit the level of the amp block. And also like the chorus. I like to put the chorus in here. You have two possibilities to use the chorus before the amp and after the amp. If you want to have a stereo effect, a real stereo effect, and a typical 80 sound, I suggest you to put the chorus after the amp block. Okay, I use the typical 4 voices analog chorus. Okay, and I save this sheen like clean. Okay, and I save it. So let's check if the other sheen are not influenced for the new effects, like the compressor. So I switch off the compressor and also the chorus. I save it, and also the lead sound. Okay, it's the same, and chorus. Okay. Okay, let's check my FC controller's configuration. So I have the lead 1 on the foot switch number 1, the crunch on the foot switch 2, the clean on foot switch 3. Okay, and I also like to have some effects in the real time. So I set up my FC to have, for example, the phaser on the foot switch number 5. I have not the phaser here, but I can put if you want. Okay, I usually put the phaser here. The phaser, okay. Okay, save it and check if it's not activated to the other sheen, like this, for example. So switch on and save, and also on the lead, switch off. Okay, and save. Let's call the, for example, block 90. So this way I can, due to my configuration, I can select any sheen I want and also select the phaser. When I press the clean foot switch, so I can do the same also with chorus and delay. I am in the crunch sheen, for example. If you see the foot switch controller, I have the volume block is here. This is the reason that I prefer to keep a separated volume block, so I can control the volume of the sheen by pressing a foot switch. I also configure the delay, the chorus, also the plex, and even if the drive, so I can have all effects in real time to every sheen. So let's come back to the layout. I can increase the volume of the crunch, can put delay, chorus, the drive. So I practically transform the crunch sheen as a lead sheen. This is really comfortable and easy for me during the live gig. I am free to change the sound in every moment and adapt the situation of my personal feeling. Okay, thank you very much for your attention. I hope this video is useful for you. If you have any question, put the question below the video. Don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel, and see you next time for a new video tutorial. From Marco Fanton and Soundbox Studio, ciao!